Despite years of industrial setbacks, the city of Enugu State is coming back to life. It's rolling its head back to industrial revolution. In this video, we explore groundbreaking ceremonies of industries coming back to life in Enugu. This video showcases many of the groundbreaking ceremonies, the speeches of the governor, and the activities that followed through. Enugu State is coming back to industrial revolution. The state is working hard to take back its place as the industrial city of the southeast. Enugu was once a city known for industrial prowess. It was founded on industry from coal. That exploration put Enugu on the map. Enugu was once an industrial city. It was the first industrial city in Nigeria. The coal discovery made Enugu a very important and significant city in the country. But subsequently, over the years, and even with the contribution of the Civil War, the state began to decline and many things went bad. The state started losing most of its industrial power, strength, industries and companies left. But subsequently, today, under the able leadership of Governor Peter Mba, the state is coming back to life and bringing itself to the forefront of industrialization in the country. So in this video, we explore some of the industries, the companies that are coming back to Enugu, the worth of the values of the industrial impact and input into the state. The governor says he has an ambition to drive the state from 4 billion to a 30 billion economy. With that projection, the governor has been working steadily to achieve that. Hopefully, with his drive in industry, he is possibly and probably going to make that dream before his first tenure is over.
The governor of Enugu State, Mr. Peter Mba, says the state's coal reserves will be utilized to produce 1,000 megawatts of electricity and will not be regarded as a stranded asset without sufficient compensation. Governor Mba said coal deposits in the state have about 0.5 sulfuric content, saying he is counting technology to make the impact of coal utilization on the environment minimal. He made the assertion in Lagos as a guest at the Nigerian-British Chamber of Commerce and Meet the Governor series, where he presented a business case for investment in Enugu State. On his part, President of the Chamber, Mr. Abimbola Olashore, in his address said the timing of the Meet the Governor series could not have been more fitting because Enugu had become a state on the move under Governor Peter Mba's administration.
Enugu also has huge mineral assets. We're quite heavy. They tend to think, of course, because we were referred to as a coal city, that even though we have one of the best coals, sure, I'm not going to say you have the cleanest coal, but yes, we do have the cleanest coal. and you know, this coal, it's only comparable to what you have perhaps in Japan. A sulfur level of 0.5 and a calorific value of more than 6,700.
We are expanding trade and market access for goods and services. We're driving technology transfer and innovation exchange across industries, strengthening standards and governance frameworks that give confidence to international markets, building academic and research linkages between health institutions and UK centers of excellence, encouraging diaspora investment by harnessing the skills, capital and networks between the UK-Nigeria corridor.
Nigeria is also the United Kingdom's second largest trading partner in Africa and its largest export market. And in February 2024, we signed something called the Enhanced Trade and Investment Partnership, which was about trying to increase those levels of trade, trying to make trade more smooth between our two countries. It's the first of its kind that we have signed with an African country, and in fact it's the second globally, the first being with India. And you've seen where the trade relationship between the United Kingdom and India has gone. So we certainly hope for the same sort of trajectory between us and Nigeria.
The Enugu state government has signed a 100 billion naira deal with a private palm company, Pragmatic Palms Limited, to resuscitate the Mori-bound state-owned United Palm Products Limited, UPPL. During the signing of the agreement at the Government House in Enugu, Governor Peter Mba says the move is in line with his administration's determination to grow the state's economy exponentially from $4.4 billion to $30 billion.
This is an investment outlay of about 100 billion naira. It's quite significant because we also view agriculture beyond food security. We see agriculture as business. And the truth is that we have humongous growth potential in that space. And so what we're doing here today is going to mark the beginning of great things ahead. We understand what it means to have the ease of doing business. And so we're going to ensure that this is going to be an experience that you're going to use as a reference point when you talk about your other investments in other states. We're going to make sure that this partnership works for the benefit of the company and also that of Enugu State.
Now, we are really very grateful to the governor of Enugu State and the people of Enugu State for believing in us to turn this place around. This company had not produced for the past 22 years, and then this place was taken over by rats and rabbits. It was so much vandalized that no more equipment will exist in here. But when the governor, who believed in us, requested that we do this project, we promised him that we will do him proud and we do the Enugu State people proud as well. So today is the fulfillment of that promise, and I would like to thank you again for finding the time to come and commission it.
Governor Peter Mba has just signed a monumental partnership deal worth 40 billion naira for the revival of the long-abandoned Sunrise Flour Mills located in Emene area of Enugu State. This flour mill, which has been dormant for over 39 years now, originally ceased operations in 1985, just 2 years after it was set up in the Emene industrial layout back in 1983. So after starting up this factory, it only worked for 2 years, after which it went dormant. It stopped working for over 39 years now. But hold on to your hat, because this news is big. The deal was inked on Tuesday at the Enugu State Government House, marking a bold move to breathe life into this facility, this particular factory that we're talking about. The agreement sees Gelfa Nigeria Limited coming on board with a hefty 60% equity stake and a planned investment of 24 billion naira, while the Enugu State government will contribute 40% to the project. This revival is nothing short of a game changer for Enugu State, you can all agree. Just last month, the state secured a whopping 100 billion naira deal with Pragmatic Palm Limited.
So as of May 2026, the Enugu International Hospital is approximately 85% complete. So the facility, located in Independence Layout area of Enugu, has officially moved from the primary construction phase into the equipping phase. For decades, many Nigerians travel abroad for advanced medical treatment. Others move to Lagos, Abuja, or outside their states, searching for better healthcare services. But now, The governor of Enugu State says it wants to change this story completely with a massive international standard hospital right in Enugu town. So the Enugu International Hospital is one of the flagship healthcare projects under Governor Peter Mbah administration. The idea behind the project is huge. The government wants Enugu to become a major healthcare destination, not just in Nigeria, but across West Africa. The hospital is designed as a multi-specialty medical facility with advanced treatment capacity. The project is expected to reduce medical tourism, which has cost Nigeria billions of naira over the years as rich Nigerians travel abroad for specialized medical services. So the project is actually a 300-bed international hospital. The facility is expected to include cardiology units, oncology departments, intensive care units, emergency services, surgical department, and other important and specialized departments. They also made provision for cutting-edge medical equipment such as MRI and CT scan systems. The establishment of this project comes with a lot of benefits. Firstly, it will create jobs for healthcare workers. It will reduce pressure on overcrowded hospitals. It will also bring specialist doctors closer to home and improve emergency response services. It will boost Enugu's economy and attract medical investors. It will also increase confidence in local healthcare. There is also growing belief that the project could strengthen Enugu's position as one of the leading states in Southeast when it comes to infrastructure development. Right now, the Enugu International Hospital represents both hope and expectation. Hope because many Nigerians desperately want better healthcare without needing to leave the country. Expectations because people are now watching closely to see if the promises will match reality once the hospital becomes fully operational. So the construction progress so far suggests the government is serious about completing the project.
If you believe in the Southeast, and if you want to see the Southeast progress, and you want to be a part of the success stories of the Southeast, kindly join this channel, subscribe to this channel, be a part of this channel, and let us grow the Southeast together. As we can see in this video, a lot of positives have been happening in the Southeast and Enugu State. With our collective contributions, we can work together to make sure that the Southeast become what we want it to be. The Southeast should not just be a region that people keep living. We must build a region where people would come back to, where people would want to live, stay, build and invest. We have to work together as Igbos, Southeasterners and Nigerians to promote our region to be the #1 spot, not just in Nigeria, but even in Africa. We can build world-class industries, world-class market, world-class structures, world-class infrastructures that promote and highlight the cities of the Southeast and put the region on the regional map, on the global map, and promote it globally. And to do this, we need all hands on deck. We can't just rely on the politicians. We also need the private individuals, the private sectors, to participate collectively in driving the Southeast forward. All that is needed is your participation, your contributions, and your support. You can participate by liking this channel, subscribing to this channel, following through and investing in the Southeast, being a part of it, dropping your support, your words of encouragement, promoting the governors, supporting the governors, and condemning them where they fail to do the right things. Because without our input, they don't even know when they are excelling or when they are doing bad. But the voice of the people puts them on their foot and helps to checkmate their inconsistencies or their setbacks. So as Southeasterners, we must always be actively participating in whatever is going on in the region. We must also encourage the governors who are trying. Governor Peter Mbah, as far as we are concerned, we know he's doing a good job. And more importantly, we must encourage other Southeastern governors to follow his drive. Looking down at Abia too, Abia is doing very well. So we must encourage those governors who are performing and we must support them the best way we can. Also, let's support the channel, grow it to reach more subscribers, more viewers, and that way we can get our voice out there. Thank you.